Hello YouTube friends, welcome back. It's me, May, and it's great to see you again. I'm going to be telling you all about how I make a living on a narrowboat. So yes, I own a car, I have an office job, and I have to move every 2 weeks. I also make money in 7 different ways. So stay tuned, keep watching, and I will tell you how I juggle all of it. All of my jobs require that I leave the boat. Where I park my car depends on where my boat is moored. So every time I move the boat, I strategically moor her close to where I can park. I think the longest walk I've ever had is about 10-15 minutes, but that's because I wanted to be on the river in this most beautiful place ever, so it was worth the walk in the morning. So let me tell you about the continuous cruising rules. I get asked this a lot about moving every 2 weeks. The reason why I have to do that is because I'm not permanently moored somewhere. I'm not in a marina and I don't have a permanent mooring spot on the side of the canal. They are often, depending on where you are in the country, they can be from £200 to £500 in that range per month to be in one spot. Really does depend. That is a total, complete approximate, by the way. So I pay £90 a month, which pays for my water, it pays for my rubbish removal, it pays for the upkeep of the canal. And to pay that small amount, comparatively to a mooring fee, I have to move on every 2 weeks. In the winter, it's not so much of an issue because there's often works being done on the canal. So locks will be closed, maybe it's really, really bad weather, and often you can stay somewhere a little bit longer than 2 weeks when there's a reason to. So if you are pregnant and you're expecting a baby, if your engine breaks down, if you have COVID, there are other reasons why you can stay longer than 2 weeks, but you have to explain that to the Canal River Trust and they have to agree that it's okay that you stay. This is called overstaying, so yeah. I'm going to give you my pros and cons for continuous cruising. Pros. I love travelling. I love the fact that I'm moving every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks there's somewhere different to look at. There's a different pub, there's a different group of people, there are different swans in nature, there are different animals, there's different plant life, it's just different, and it creates this like exciting sort of lifestyle where things are changing all the time and flowing and moving, and I really, really like that. It definitely keeps me fit when I have to walk back to my car. Sometimes the walk is an hour, sometimes it's 20 minutes. I probably would call in a favour from a friend if it was longer than a couple of hours. And then of course there's also the pro of the fact that I only pay for the licence fee. I'm not paying for a mooring, so it's a little bit more affordable. My cons are that it is quite logistically annoying. I really have to plan ahead. So if there's something I'm doing at the weekend and I need to move the boat, I might have to move the boat on the Friday afternoon. Winter coming, it gets darker. It might mean that I have to not take on work on Friday afternoon, therefore I lose out on some gardening work or something. So it's like a bit of a juggling act. In summer, it's a lot more easier. I can finish work at 5 and then I've got hours before the sun goes down that I can move the boat. Some moorings are really, really great. Some of them aren't as great. So the not great ones might be really close to the train, might be close to a road, might not have the metal barrier so that I can't put my chains in them. I have to pin in, and if you saw my last video, Spend a Week with May, you'll be able to see what happens sometimes when you pin in your boat. When you're constantly changing your mooring, then you have new challenges each time. There is a lot of walking to be done. I don't mind the walking so much. It's actually quite nice. If the weather's not great, then that can be a problem, but in my opinion, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad gear. And then there is this kind of disconnect from the community. When you're in one space, you have neighbours, you have people that you can rely on and talk to every day.
Making friends.
I suppose that's a con, depending on your perspective. For me, I like it because I get to meet lots of different people all the time.
It's a Friday afternoon. I've just come back from my dog walking job on Friday mornings, and I am going to move the boat today. It's not windy, which is perfect conditions. Rain I can do, snow I can do, wind I cannot do. So yes, I'm going to go move the boat now and then leave my car here, and tomorrow, as it's a Saturday tomorrow, I'll walk back and get the car. See you tomorrow, Wally. Turn my inverter on. As you can see, I'm on 87.1% battery charge, which is good that I'm going on a cruise right now because I want to get that up to 100. Here are my volts. You don't ever want that to go below 12.2, so it's looking kind of healthy, which is great. Yeah. I'm gonna have a quick bite to eat before I head out. We've got pearl barley, roasted aubergine, some salad, some parsley, some raw onion. Put a bit of lemon on it. A bit of, what have I got in here? Aha! A bit of hemp oil, organic hemp oil. Really good for inflammation and protein. What else? Oh yeah, salt, baby. And pets, baby. I feel like there's more in the fridge. I'm glad I checked. Pomegranate. Love pomegranate on salad. It's the one. I have it on, whenever I've got pomegranate, I have it on salads. I have it on curries. I have it on everything. But I have no idea. Do not enter private marina, no turning. Oh, I think I see a diesel pump right in front of me. Potentially. Could be gas. So she's a self-service. Excellent. So 19 litres and 3 cost me £32.25. Not a bad spot. It's got great solar. It's near other boaters, populated with other people, so it feels safe. There's a guy mowing his lawn over there. It's a con. There's a road over there. It's a con. It's not a major road, it's a small road. There's a pub up there apparently. That's a pro. So you know, you can't have it all. But yeah, we'll see how long I stay here for. Who knows? Oh my god, made me jump. I'm gonna get the fire going, make some food. It's the next day. The rain has finally stopped. There's a gap in the weather, so I've headed out to go get my car. A lot of continuous cruisers have bikes. I have a bike. It's currently at my parents' house. I've been a bit slack. Got in my mind that having a bike is a bit of a pain in the ass on the roof of my boat because it's pretty full at the moment. I'd like to put a bike rack on the back of the boat. That's another project, another thing I have to pay for. Buy myself a bike rack, hire a welder, or actually I have a welder friend. You know who you are. And yeah, do that. So that's one project. So yeah. I like walking though, it's nice. It gives me a chance to sort of think things through, lots of really great thinking space, and then also just time to just relax and be present, be mindful, walking through nature, stopping, watching the birds and listening to what's going on. Just being. Here she is! It's time to tell you how I make my dollar bills, y'all.
I work 2.5 days a week for a charity called BIP. And BIP is a charity that supports young people to prevent homelessness.
We support young people and their families with family mediation,
counselling, helping young people who are not in education, employment or training to get into education, employment or training. My role in all of this is going into schools, mentoring and supporting young people from the ages of 13 to 17 with their mental health. I also work as a dog walker and house sitter. So I spend my Mondays and Friday mornings walking dogs, spending time outdoors.
What you doing?
It's such a great way to start my week on a Monday morning, walking Cosmo. I absolutely love it. I live in such a beautiful part of the UK that I just never get bored. And I think that's one of the things I love so much about living on a boat is that I'm just constantly in nature and I'm witnessing the changing seasons all the time. And I'm just always I'm like a child in a playground when it comes to being outdoors. I love it. I teach yoga every Monday in my local village hall, which I love. I've got a lovely little community of yogis who come every week. And I also upload and record videos for YouTube. Another way I make money is through gardening. I work with my dad a lot.
Give me some slave music. Yo hee ho.
This is such a wonderful way to make some extra cash. I enjoy being outside, I enjoy working with plants, I love learning about horticulture and developing my botanical understanding and my knowledge, so it's just the best job for me. I also have a seasonal job as an elf. My sister and I, we dress up as elves every year and we knock on the doors of the lucky young people who are on the nice list and do this whole show, singing, dancing, giving gifts, receiving hugs. it's like a whole thing, and it's so much fun. It brings so much joy to us every year. So we do that in Christmas time, which is a nice little earner. And then finally, another seasonal job. I work as a performer, a hula hooper at festivals, and I go around the UK festivals and I perform. Usually this is in exchange for a ticket, which works really well for me, but I sometimes also get paid gigs from that. I work for a charity, I walk dogs, I house sit and dog sit, I teach yoga, I garden, I'm an elf, and I'm a performer. 7. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you have now a bit of a better understanding about continuous cruising and moving and how I do it. If you have any more questions or there's anything else you'd like me to cover, I'm more than happy to hear your requests. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.